Current sellers in the market, this podcast probably is for you. You might want to hear this one because we are going to talk about seller success stories today, or at least a story, a successful story about one of our agents at Windermere Abode who helped a seller sell their home. We are currently in more of a buyer's market right now. We have had the most inventory that we've had in a very long time on the market. That does not mean it's a bad thing. That just means it might take some time to sell your home. So today I want to talk to one of our agents about what's a success story look like? What does that look like when you get to the end of the road? Because I know for some people, they might still be in the process. Some people might just start beginning the process. Some people might be just getting done with the process and wrapping it up and might have doubts, or it's just a whole process. So it is a process. And I just want people to know that there are success stories out there. So welcome to Inside Abode. We're going to talk. So my guest today, and this is going to be a really quick one. These aren't meant to be long. Remember, I'm trying to keep them down a little bit, try to keep them down. But before I get started on the guest, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I don't know if there's a hype button underneath there on the YouTube channel, but hit that if you can, if you see it. If there's a hype button, hit that. Also hit the subscribe button. I've already said that. Anyway, let's get into my guest. My guest is coming up on 6 years at Abode. 6 years. It's just crazy that it just trips me out that we've been open that long first of all. 20 years in real estate. She runs a team. I'm not going to say the name of the team because I give away my guess. She's recently highlighted for luxury real estate at Genuine Hustle and graced the stage and gave gems on the luxury market and things of that nature. We had a lot of people. I think we had like 13, 14 people go to Genuine Hustle. It was really fun to watch. I did not go. This person is Nightwave's biggest fan as well. And this person also is going to London in 35 days. And I'm going to spare the London Bridge joke. Heidi Hurst, thank you for joining us today.
Great intro. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm working on it. So today we are going to talk real quickly about a seller success story that you had. And we were just sitting there in the annex over there talking, and man, this was a good one. This is a good one. Tell me a little bit about, first of all, you guys went on, when did you go on the market with this home?
Oh, now you're going to ask me that.
It doesn't have to be
August.
exact. Okay.
August.
Yeah, cool.
I'm going to throw it in there.
Yeah.
August.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
So you go in August or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And you're on, how many days were you on the market before you went under contract the first time?
The first time we were under contract, like 3 days. Got a great offer, a good solid offer. Yeah. With a broker that I knew, but I want to backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
My client had spent a lot of time, got her house ready. We staged it. She did a lot of cleanup. It was kind of not a full, what I would say, studs in, but it was pretty close to a full studs in remodel. It was in just beautiful shape. My clients put a lot of money into it. So I suggested, let's do a pre-inspection. Let's get ahead of this. Let's get some information. Great location. This is a past client of mine. I've sold probably 3 or 4 houses for them. And so we did a pre-inspection. And what we discovered was that there was an issue with the foundation. Okay. So, and we got that the week before we listed. We put the house on the market. In the meantime, we had consulted 2 experts. We consulted a structural engineer, and we also talked to a foundation expert for what the structural engineer suggested be done. So we get under contract. The buyer does their due diligence. We provided the pre-inspection. The buyer wanted to do some more due diligence because, of course, the seller disclosed information about the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And the buyer's agent brought in an expert on behalf of her buyer because buyers should do their due diligence. And that expert panicked the buyer. We also found out that expert is not actually licensed anymore in the state of Washington. Doesn't have an active business license, isn't licensed, retired many, many years ago. And so the buyers terminated because they got a lot of, I don't know what information, because that wasn't disclosed. And so the house went back on the market.
And how did your when you went back on the market, sorry to cut you off, I wanted to stop right there. How did your seller feel at that point in time? Like when you had to go back on the market, was it deflating? Because you were on the market for 3 days, but you'd done a lot of work prior to that.
Yeah. I think that she felt like that was okay that it went back on the market because the buyer though the buyer didn't request, the conversations that I had with the other agent, and then the realization that their expert was not even currently licensed in the state of Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
My client said, hey, like, this is okay. We've had 2 experts in. We've got a very reasonable, a little bit even over the top solution to this that my client was
Yeah.
very willing to take care of. So she felt like, yeah, like, this is okay. Like, we'll find another buyer. So my client is not a defeatist and very trusting and logical. And so I just said, let's just stay the course. We've got great information. I will communicate all this information. So we went back on the market. Took us another 20 days to get back under contract.
Okay. 20
The
days.
foundation conversation was a big conversation to have.
Yeah.
And I had reports, I had solutions, I had videos of like how they were going to actually fix it, what was actually going to be done from the foundation repair company. So I had a lot of detail and information. We just needed that one buyer that was going to trust that this was going to be the right decision for that buyer.
That's a lot. I mean, of all the things, where would you rank like a foundation issue? Like if
I think
you
it's a big thing as a
choose.
buyer's agent, as a listing agent.
That's a huge one.
And like we knew, but my client had bought this house over 20 years ago.
Okay.
Never lived in it. It was a rental.
Okay.
According to her, it looked exactly the same. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure it
nothing
did.
had shifted inside the
Yeah.
house. Nothing had shifted on the flooring from when she bought. Like, there was no actual like physical deterioration of the foundation.
Yeah.
But buyers should do their due diligence. And so my client did her due diligence too.
Mm-hmm. And you had to disclose that moving forward, correct? Or no, you guys did a pre-inspection.
Did a pre-inspection. So that
That's
pre-inspection was
That's right.
provided to any buyer that requested it, that was interested in it. So I
Right.
would provide the pre-inspection. I would also provide the solutions from the structural engineer, from the foundation company, the videos, like the whole thing.
Yeah. So pro tip, get ahead of some of those things and have the solution prior to, is what I'm hearing you say. Or that
100%.
probably
Yeah.
helped this situation, I imagine. So, okay, so you're on for 20 more days and you go under contract again.
We did. We went under contract. That buyer had actually come through towards the beginning of the process. I think it was within the time where we got under contract or shortly after we went back on the market. Forgive me that I don't have that information. So
No,
this person had been watching, and my client got a full price offer. So she got still the same price. She did pay, I will be transparent, some closing costs on that because there was this foundation question and the response was to pay some closing costs in order to accommodate for the repair that would need to be done. My client would have done the repair right then and there, but the city of Tacoma takes 2 to 4 months to provide a permit in this type of a situation. So she could have waited the 2 to 4 months for the permit. The repair had already been scheduled based on that 2 to 4 month process. So
Wow.
buying a home is very emotional. And then as real estate professionals and as a listing agent, you tell the emotional story, but you've got to get into the logic and the practicality. So I think that this buyer saw the logic with all the information that we provided and felt still had an inspection contingency in her offer. She still did her continued due diligence and everything got solved in order to move this party forward.
Wow. That's a pretty good success story. I think that and the reason why I want people to hear this is because, one, was that easy?
It was not easy. I have this sarcastic thing that real estate is so easy in my sarcastic voice. And it's very complicated and challenging. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I know as we sit here and talk about it in 15 minutes, like it didn't get wrapped. It seemed like a longer time frame than that. But I think that it's important just to cover like what home sellers go through in order to sell their house. And if you're going through something like this, you're not alone and it's not abnormal. Is that safe to say, do you think, for a seller that might be listening?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And trust your professional. Trust somebody who's got some experience and has resources to experience. My client was a savvy consumer and she, of course, there was a level of trust there. And we both worked forward towards a solution together as a team. And so
that's key.
Yeah. I mean, my job is to advocate for my client, et cetera. But she had this mindset of like, how can we get this to the finish line? What can I do to help? What do you need to help provide information to the buyer? And so we really, it was a very positive and effective collaboration that got a buyer to come and commit to it.
That's a great do you mind if I go on a tangent real quick? It has
Nope.
something to do with this, but I was at the car dealership, so I had to take my car to get an oil change. This is
Okay.
on Wednesday,
Okay.
and it was at 11:30. So I get there, right? And I have my car there, and I'm there for probably an hour.
Okay.
Or no, when I got up there, I need to get my transmission fluid flushed and done too. So I was like, you know what? I'm here. Just do it. That's fine. I know it's going to be another hour, an hour and a half, 2 hours. So when should I be? All right. Probably like 2:30. All right, cool. That's great. So I'm sitting there doing my work, whatever. 2 o'clock rolls around. It's going to be like 4. And the person that came out was just like, sorry, and I was like, oh, it's all good. I wasn't really tripping. I was going to be gone by 4. Now we were speaking at Annie Wright at 5 o'clock.
All
So
right.
5 o'clock, we're speaking Annie Wright. And I did tell
Thank you.
people at Annie Wright that story. So, or this story when I got there. So then she comes back out at 4 and is
No.
like, sorry, but we're not going to have your car until we're going to have to keep it overnight. And I was just like, and it's
Damn.
4:15 and I have to be at Annie Wright. I'm on South Tacoma Way and I have to be at Annie Wright at 5 to speaking event. And so I ended up taking an Uber. I was like, and I think the point of the story is like, I think she came out because she was having to give bad news all day. And I was just like, it's all good. It's fine. She was like, have you been here all day? I was like, yeah, I've been here since 11:30. It was like 4:50. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I should have got you lunch. I was like, it's all good. Like,
Right.
I know, and I think how I responded was I was actually really proud of myself because yes, was I like not happy? Absolutely. The sting was like, you kidding me? I'm not going to have I just came here for an oil change and now I'm not having my car overnight. But what could I do about it? Absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? And they're doing me the favor. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, and while it might not go down the way that I wanted to, I still kept the end in mind. And this was like years of practice that I had to do. I was really proud of how I responded very nicely and cordially in that scenario. And I'm sure they probably appreciated it because it was the end of the day and she'd been probably dealing with disappointed people all day.
Right. Yep.
So anyway, I go Uber to the front of Annie Wright. I get dropped off. We have the thing. Ann takes me home. I get back up and I'm going to have it at 7:30 in the morning. And guess what? I open up my phone to a text that says, sorry, we're not going to have it till 9:30.
Right.
All right. That's cool. It's all good. You know what I mean? So I think that just, and this is a story just for sellers and people when you're going through these trends. It's like you're going to have sometimes maybe some things that didn't meet your expectations, whether it's a timeline or an inspection or something. Just, you said working as a team. You and your seller worked as a team. And that's what reminded me of that. It's like, yeah, as long as we're working as a team and we're all good.
Right. Exactly.
And now my car runs like it's brand new because they took very good care of it.
Yes. Yes. I
So,
love that. Because
and
we drive a
nothing
lot
happened.
in our, I know nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad
Compared
happened.
to all the other
My life
things
did
out
not
there.
change. You know, my life
Yeah.
did not change at
Yeah.
all.
I get that. Yeah.
I mean, I paid more money. So
Right.
outside of that, though, all right. Thank you for
But you
sharing your
also
story.
have, I'm going to interrupt. You also have the relief of like that has been taken care of and now you can go drive your car. And so your life is now simplified. You don't have to worry about maintaining it till the next time.
Yeah, and I just was like, well, they're taking care of me right now. And yes, this did not meet my expectations. And yes, I was not happy about it.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
I just was trying to be reasonable about how I responded. That's all.
Reasonable is good. Yeah. Yeah.
So
We
thank you
always
for,
tell our, anyway, sorry.
go ahead.
We always tell
No,
our clients that real estate is a roller coaster ride. It's exciting. And then you get the dips and you take the ride. If you set that expectation, our goal is to make it as, not like the Colossus, but like a smooth ride. But there's always ups and downs. So thanks, Dave.
It's ups and downs. So that day, nothing went right for me. And you know what? I've had a great week. And now I'm doing this podcast and it's like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
So
it's a good way
it's been a
have
great week.
day. Yeah.
So Are you ready for the last segment of this? And you didn't know about this segment. It's called Fill in the Blank. You've done
Okay.
fill in the blank before, I think. All right. So your job is only just to fill in the blank. The biggest lesson I've learned in my real estate career is blank.
Boundaries.
I like that. If I could relive one day from my life, it would be, you can be as transparent or not transparent as you want to be.
I don't know if I need to reply to this. I think I'll be politically correct. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass on that one? All right. Good choice. Good. You can say when your daughter was born or something like that.
No, I thought a day you could change. Wasn't that the question?
No, if I could relive one day in my life, it would be.
Relive.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Being a mom. Can't pick which daughter. Just being a mom. So it's got to be Kathleen and the OG. That's all.
Yeah. Shout out to the Kathleen and the OG.
Yeah.
All right. My go-to comfort food after a long day is.
Right now, it's Molly Moon's mint chocolate chip brownie ice cream sandwiches.
That
My
sounds
favorite.
so good.
Right now, Dave. You and
If
me
I
are sure.
weren't in real estate, I'd probably be blank.
Poor. If I weren't in real estate, I'd be in fashion. I love clothes. I freaking love fashion and clothes and merchandising. I love that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. The song that instantly puts me in a good mood is blank.
A good mood.
Instantly. You hear it and you just can't not.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to steal this from the OG Kathleen, and it's like Give a Little Respect by Erasure, I think. Yeah. Nightwave. Michael sings that one just for Kathleen. Nightwave.
Yep. Nightwave's biggest fan right here.
Biggest fan. Number
Shout out
2
to
fan.
Nightwave.
Kathleen gets to be number 1.
Okay. Kathleen number 1. All right. So thank you. You just passed fill in the blank. Good job. And let people know how they can get in touch with you if they'd like to know about selling their house.
I am Heidi Hurst with the Heidi Hurst team here at Windermere Abode. You can Google Heidi Hurst. You can search me on all the engines. You can find me at Heidi Hurst team on Instagram, and also Heidi Hurst 253. Get a little bit personal touch. There's some business there too, because I am the business. You can find me anywhere. Abode, where I'm sitting right now, is a good place too.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. All right. Well,
place.
thank you for joining and sharing your success story. That was really good.
Thanks,
right.
Dave. Yeah.
See ya.
Bye-bye.